Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic Astrologer. And I use the Sidereal Zodiac to predict. And that's the reason Venus, the planet of love, luxury, romance. Today, I'm going to be discussing that. And is already taken this transit. But yes, I'm going to be making this video because I had predicted in my videos before this. May 23rd to 18th of June, Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Aries. Yes, ruled by Mars. So now there are certain events which have already happened, and I had predicted in my weeklies. I have been harping the same thing again and again, that Venus, whenever is afflicted, the film industry, the glam industry, the music industry, that actually gets impacted negatively. And any kind of negative prediction is never welcome. And that's the reason I'm a very famous astrologer for giving negative predictions, because people think that if I say, only then the events will take place, otherwise good things only will happen. But we cannot be shutting ourselves from the negative side of life also. We have to be a little practical. At the same time, we have to be sailing through. That's the reason I give the remedies also simultaneously, because we do have the free will. We do have the way we can change things. We can change our moon, our mind, right? So that's the reason I'm making this video. And I have already mentioned in my weeklies in the previous videos about this prediction. And you know what has happened, like it's a big event which has happened, a sudden demise. It was a violent death of a rapper, a singer in India. So everybody knows, I don't want to name that person right now. May his soul rest in peace. Right now, I don't want to speak about all that. But you see, we all must actually understand that whenever the eclipse zone is getting active, wherever the eclipse happens, and whenever sun and moon are in such a degree to that particular zone where the eclipse took place, any kind of negative or positive event will definitely take place. And here, since the past 18 months plus few months more, I would say that Mars and Venus's signs are afflicted because of Rahu Ketu's presence. And the two most benefic planets are hemmed between malefics. On one side is Rahu and Venus, and the other side is Mars. So Venus is afflicted. And since Mars left the zone on the see, Mars left, I'll just show it to you. Mars left the zone where Jupiter also became afflicted. I hope you can see the screen. So here, if you will see, on the 30th of May, Mars left Jupiter and went ahead of it. And that's how Mars and Saturn on either side afflicting this Jupiter, and Venus being hemmed between two malefics, Rahu and Mars. This means that the two most benefic planets are in Papakartari, and that's when the event took place. Also, we must see any kind of major event that happens, either happens on the new moon, full moon, or eclipses time, in and around that time. So here it was an Amavasya, that a new moon also that day. And Venus, the moment became afflicted, the event took place. Mars is also the ruler of Aries sign, looking at this Ketu. So Mars is directly forming a connectivity with Ketu, and Venus with Rahu, which is the right opposite sign, that is Libra. So we must check all these parameters, and we must actually predict this way. So I had predicted this. That is why I've written the prediction came to be true again, because Venus, whenever gets afflicted, as it was earlier when Saturn was in the sign of Capricorn and was also looking at Libra sign, which is ruled by Venus, things were like in the glam industry, the cases, as you have heard, happened during that time a lot. Also, Saturn is afflicting this Venus and Rahu. It's empowering this Rahu energy by its aspect as well. We should not forget that. Mars is looking at Gemini sign, and that sign ruler is in retrogression. So this is also one of the major reasons, because Mercury's both the signs are aspected by Mars. So you can see how the communication, see, Mercury is a traveler, Mercury is communication. There will always be something to do with our communication, some miscommunication, some gap will be there. It's because of the current situation, the current planetary position. So that is the reason when planets are one after the other, they give maximum results. And there is just, if you can see the garland which is forming in the sky, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus. So one after the other, there are planets in the signs. And only Ketu is, away, but all the planets are back to back. So this means that the events will be rapid. They will be quick. Something really will happen and suddenly. So violence, of course, is involved across the globe. Some violence, news of violence that we already are hearing in the US also, in India also, and across the globe. You will just pick up and the news you will see, you will hear these kind of events happening even more. Because Ketu and Mars, till the time they are forming a connectivity, it is going to be giving, we might be hearing more of these news in future as well. So you can see how the connection is in the sky of the planets and majorly the eclipses zone. Now, I will be taking you through to the sign-wise prediction, and I will be sharing with you as to how the impact could be for all the 12 signs, 12 ascendants, or the Dasha Lord. If you're running through Rahu Dasha, Venus Dasha, or the Antra or the Pratyantara, so you will be feeling the impact even more. And definitely, these are very general predictions. And if you're watching me for the first time, you should know that these are based on the transit positions of the planets, the weeklies, the monthlies, the yearlies, the innermost, outermost planets. Like this transit video, I thought I will forego this video because I had already elaborated in my weeklies when Venus transit through Aries sign I mentioned. You can go back and watch that video. I have said the same thing, that there will be some incidents, some violence we will be hearing in the industry related to Venus. So do subscribe my channel if you feel that this channel deserves to grow. And to the ones, please stay, so that, you also get to know about astrology, which is a very divine subject and should not be misinterpreted. So we should actually see through the events, and we should predict it, and we should use this tool to predict the future events. We should use this tool wisely. So I'm trying to do my best, whatever I can, but I can't change things. But yes, at least we are preparing ourselves that there can be certain events which will take place, and we have to actually do the remedies on the personal ground. So let me share the screen and share with you the predictive. I hope it is sharing, and it is going to be for Aries first, as always. Okay, 1 second. Just give me a moment. Okay. Yeah. I hope it is. Yeah, 1 second. I'll just share the screen. These are live videos, so pardon me, I'll do the timestamps, don't worry, so that you can actually go to the timestamp straight away and hear your predictive. All right, for Aries natives first. So for Aries natives, this is the first house transit of Venus, and now Venus is hemmed between Mars and Rahu when I'm making this video. That is on the 31st. It happened on the 30th when Jupiter and Venus both have gotten afflicted very heavily because of Saturn's aspect on Venus and Rahu, and Mars on the either side of Jupiter and Venus. So Mars is the major a negative planet right now, and the expensive energy is very important here. So this expansive energy is because of Jupiter and Mars combination, you must also know, and you are Aries rising ruler being Mars. It is good for you for any kind of foreign collapse, but for you have to be very calm and very careful, because this will produce a lot of confusion. It will create a lot of confusion amongst you and your partner. And there will be some certain things about your own personality which you will be actually wondering, why am I behaving this way? So this is the time for socializing carefully. And if you are very much into creativity, you will actually be doing very well. If you are an artist yourself, or you have something to do with music, showbiz, or anything related to art, so this is a good time for you. But at the same time, you must be very careful and cautious in your relationship. In case you want to start a relationship or want to propose to the person you're dating, or there has been already some news about you getting into a live-in or getting marriage like relationship, so be cautious. Wait for this Venus to leave the sign, because this is an eclipse zone. This is not pure. So you should wait till the 18th of June and then make decisions. See, from here, Venus is also aspecting your 7th house, its own zone, but Ketu is also there. So you suddenly will start feeling quite detached with your partner. You will feel that your partner is becoming very indifferent towards you. The approach towards your relationship is changing. The chemistry, the bonding, that is changing. You can go very aggressive in your speech at times. The bouts of aggression can be there. Mercury is also retrograde, not to forget. So this has to be taken very carefully this time. But in case you have to initiate any kind of work related to dance, drama, or any kind of music activity, so this is definitely a positive time. But again, I would recommend, if you can, do the remedy related to Venus, that is, donate something on the Fridays. You can donate something in white. You can take bath using the yogurt, apply it all over your body, and then wash it. So that is also going to help you. And the negative energies of Rahu will get eradicated by that. So this is the remedy everybody should be doing. But yes, I will be sharing through in the video. I don't keep anything to myself in the flow. I just keep giving away whatever I get in my mind. So coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. Oops. 1 second, sorry. So for Taurus natives, this transit is happening in your 12th house. And being the ruler, the Lagnesh in the 12th, it is very positive for foreign travels. You might come across somebody in the foreign land. Also, there is a possibility of sense of beauty, intuitive awareness. Do not get entrapped or anything related to addictions. You can have lack of sleep also. There can be that you are going to be having some seclusion from the world. You might feel quite isolated also. Some expenditures on cards, be watchful, do not get carried away. You might lose out on your thinking process, which might just not help you. You might make wrong decisions, so be careful about that. And also, you can be spending a lot of time in things which are frivolous, or you really don't need them in future. That is not going to help you. So it's a hibernation zone basically for you. So you should not get hibernated to that extent that you don't even understand your own self as to what you want. Actually, there are certain secret relationships which are going to be flourishing, or you can get involved in. So this is not a positive time for making any kind of associations which are romantic. So this will lead to some kind of maybe a short-term relationship, or there can be some mishandling that can be done. So you have to be extra cautious. Why? Because your Lagnesh, your ascendant lord, is afflicted. If you're running through the Dasha also Venus, then definitely you have to be extra cautious. If running through Rahu Dasha, it is very good for your material growth, might give you very good clientele, might give you very good growth in business, but at the same time, it will give you some health issues, or it might give you break up in your relationship, because Ketu is also in your sixth house, aspected by Mars. Whenever there is affliction of the sixth house, there is litigation, loan, enemies, they increase. So you have to be cautious. And I must tell you that this Mars is also afflicting. I'll just share with you how it is afflicting this now. Can you see? Mars is ahead of Jupiter. So Venus is hemmed between two malefics, Rahu on one side, Mars on this side. So this Venus is afflicted, and Jupiter is also afflicted because Jupiter is having this Saturn and Mars combination. So on the either side. So this is how the most benefic planets are under affliction. So one must be extra cautious about their decision making, especially related to relationship, when Venus is actually the planet of love, luxury, romance. So not a good time for renovation of your house, redoing things. For pets also, if you want to go in for keeping pets, so this is not the time. You should wait till the 18th of June, I would request you. So the best remedy for you would be to donate something in white, and try to wear maximum whites during this time, because that will actually attract positive energy also. So the best would be if you can chant Shri Suktam. That is also very good. If you can recite it perfect, you can just hear it also. Shri Suktam, that is something. And you can also chant Shreem. Only Shreem will also be good for you. If you can just simply chant Shreem, 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 like that. Okay, so you can do that because your Lagnesh, after all, is getting afflicted here. So coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. So if you want to get into any kind of relationship, all of you, be careful, because this is going to give you a lot of misunderstandings. For Gemini natives, this transit of Venus is happening in your 11th house. Any planet in the 11th house is considered to be good, because 11th house is the house of your desires, and this gives you wish fulfillment also. And this is the time when you will maybe come across some pleasant you will come across pleasant people, pleasant moments, and you will have your friends helping you out in the things you're stuck up in life. This is also very good for music, dance, drama, marketing, in case you are into marketing. So or any kind of humanitarian causes, but do not get impacted by this Rahu energy, because Rahu is someone who will take you away from the conventional path. So do not leave the righteous path, because Rahu wants you to go in for the friends who are actually somebody you have never, the friend who who's here to spoil you, sort of a friend who actually will give you some kind of lure you and take you on the wrong path. So be extra careful. Maybe you are going to be doing some investments and, you actually lose out on a lot of money. Suddenly, Rahu will show you big things. Suddenly, you will make good, big profits. But remember, the hidden losses are coming your way. So you have to be prepared for that. Do not at any cost get carried away by the person whom you have just come across. You will find that person very attractive. You will find that there is some sudden click. You're feeling that, yeah, this is the person I want to be with forever. But remember, this is the Rahu energy which is working right now. You have to be extra careful when you are starting any kind of new relationship. It can also lead to the old relationship, old flames coming into your life back. So you might take a wrong call again. So be careful about all these energies, because you have Mars and Rahu, which is causing this Papakartari. Can you see Rahu is here and Mars is here, and the most benefic planet Jupiter and planet Venus, both are hemmed between malefic planets. So be extra careful. Do not change your job if possible. Stay where you are. You might get a very good offer right now. Do not get carried away and take it up. You are finding your current job very disheartening, not getting any kind of appreciations. But remember, if you leave this job, you might have furthermore problems. So do not get carried away. Okay, so it's like, you try to come out of the problem, but you are in a bigger soup. So do not do that. For you, the best remedy I would suggest would be to serve the needy, give some donations, and to the or you can donate some wedding clothes to a girl who's about to get married. That will also minimize the impact of this Rahu energy. Okay, so be careful about your speech. Whatever you're trying to convey, it might be misunderstood, and you might have complications in your relationship. No negative reading. These are all practical things. I'm just forewarning you. This might happen. The best thing would be that you do for others during this time. The more you do, the better these benefic planets will be. Okay. Benefic planets are being aspected and hemmed by the malefic planets, remember. So this will give you some problems also. So you might be feeling already these energies. Whatever you're doing, people are not understanding or recognizing or acknowledging right now. But this shall also pass. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, both the planets, benefic planets, which are the Shubha Grahas, are in Papakartari. Papakartari is when a planet is hemmed between malefic planet, the negative planets. So if you can see, Rahu and Mars on either side is afflicting this Venus, and Jupiter and Saturn, Mars and Saturn are hemming this Jupiter. So Papakartari for Jupiter also. So two most benefic planets are hemmed between malefics. Secondly, the planet which is also considered to be one of the benefic planets is retrograde, that is Mercury. So we have a very less saving grace all across the globe. So we must pray to Lord Vishnu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om. 108 times. This is one of the remedies I'm giving you. And you should also understand that this is not the time to get carried away or lured by any kind of elevation at the place of work. You might be asked to change the department where you are. And it might just be it looks very lucrative. You will be actually lured to take up that kind of a job. Or at the place of work, you will come across a partner. You feel that is the partner for your life, and you will have some misunderstandings later. See, whatever glitters is not gold. It's always because of this. I always say this statement because Rahu energy does so. Wherever Rahu gets connected, and this is the eclipse zone also for you, 4th house and the 10th house zone. So this is going to be giving a lot of confusion at the place of work. It might give you elevation in financials, but it could be temporary. So take it in a stride, but at the same time, be prepared that anything can happen. They can just ask you to leave from that place, and this will give you some kind of complication, some confusion will be there. So you have to be extra careful about your position, personal, material, and sexual also. Safeguard everything, because there will be some over ambitious times that you will be going through it, and you will get opportunities to fulfill them. So once you get those kind of opportunities, you can enhance yourself, you can enhance your skills, your managerial skills, your marketing skills, your speech. You can enhance all that, you can brush up. But at the same time, do not get carried away and make decisions based on others. Okay, be extra careful. Just a forewarning video. And because it's not that every time good things only keep happening. So we have to be a little practical also. There has been in news, negative news also, which has been already predicted by me. So it's just that you have to accept. Okay. For you, one remedy I gave you in the beginning, that is about a Jupiter chant, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om, 108 times every day. Secondly, you should actually be, if you are into gossiping, listening to the gossiping also at the place of work will be harmful. You will be actually taken otherwise, or you will get, it is a sort of a conspiring against you, that they will talk with you, talk in front of you about the other people in the office. They will start sharing with you things, and you will get carried away, and you will also be a part of it, and then the blame comes onto you, because that's the time when you will feel that I did not actually start the conversation. So you have to be really cautious when you're conveying anything, when you're uttering anything at the place of work or with your partner also. Any kind of renovation is not right now, not the time to go in for that. If you will renovate, or if you want to redo your place or your place of work, then it might just be taking little longer duration, or it might just slow the process also. Okay. Or it might just be that you have to change it all over again. So be prepared for it, or maybe be a little extra alert about all these spheres. Maybe you will be getting more cautious, and that will save your time and money. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. So the Leo natives have this Rahu Venus combination in the 9th house. So the 9th house is the house of outside cultures, travels, religious activities, how you, this is a very global kind of a place actually. So you will actually be doing things which can, be giving you inclination towards travels, adventure, or maybe you'll be taking a vacation with your in your romantic relationship with your partner, you want to go, or you will come across somebody while traveling. But be careful, this is also, Rahu is hypocrisy also. So whatever is visible or evident is actually not the case. So when you're traveling or you're coming across somebody, be a little extra cautious about these activities, when you're performing with that person. So be more on the alert, because Venus and Rahu will give you some unreligious practices, or something which is very different from your conventional path. Or you will get lured by by a false guru. Maybe you will come across somebody who is not going to be advising you correctly. The Rahu Venus combination in the ninth house is wrong advice, false people you will be coming across, hypocrisy. So be careful. Saturn is also looking here. Venus is hemmed between Mars and Rahu. Jupiter is hemmed between Mars and Saturn. So can you see how the combination has become suddenly in the sky? Things have changed. From the new moon time, things have changed drastically. Violence has increased drastically. It is actually about on the personal ground also, on the global level also. You have started to feel agitated, uneasy. People are taking you for granted. They are not giving you that kind of treatment you deserve, the kind of promotion or the kind of elevation that you were expecting. You're not getting that. But at the same time, you are going to be getting stronger with these kind of incidents in your life. Leo natives are very, very strong people. And in case you are feeling these kinds of negative energies, understand that this is just a temporary phase. This Rahu energy is not going to consume anyone. Remember, ultimately, it is the fog, it is the smoke that has to fade away. And who is the one who actually fades this? The air, the pure air, that is Jupiter, the ether element. So one must actually do rituals, practice some kind of, the traditional values that have been inculcated in you since you were born. So you should follow that conventional path to eradicate the negative impact of this Rahu energy in your ninth house. And that can be done only by Jupiter. So what is Jupiter? Follow the right path, follow the right guru, follow the righteousness in you. You know in your gut that what is right, what is wrong. Do not get carried away by the outside arena where you are. There are people out there who are going to lure you right now. You are going to be in a bigger problem if you think that you're coming out of your current problem, remember. So the best would be just do not get carried away. Do not get influenced by the external forces during this time. I request you. Okay. So do the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om chant, and also Hanuman Chalisa will help you. If you will do that, because you have your fifth Lord being Jupiter and your ninth Lord being Mars. So if you do these remedies, 100% results you will be feeling. There is always negative, but there is always a balancing factor involved as well. So if you do these remedies, things are going to balance out and you will feel better. Do not get involved with anybody right now. There can be scandal you can get involved with. So just be extra careful about these energies. All right. So let's move on to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this transit of Venus is in your 8th house. And you know what is the 8th house? Generally, people dread this 8th house energy. Why? Because, this is it is the end of the cycle. It's the house of death. That is why it is called the house of death. It doesn't mean death, literally, but it means obstacles and hindrances and sufferings, because there is a cycle which is coming to an end from the internal side to the external world. So that's how you change. Until unless you go through those jerks of life, you will not change. So 8th house is a transformative house. You feel the changes coming into your life after something dies away or you learn your lesson, and then starts the other cycle of life. So this house is the in-between house of the invisible and visible half. So this is why when Rahu and Venus are in the 8th house, there will be some kind of complication in the social interaction. There can be increase in the sexual urges. It can also lead to some commitment failure. You have committed, you have given some commitment to your partner, or the partner has actually become very rude with you suddenly, and you feel like parting ways. You decide, no, I don't want to be here. So that is what? That is actually a change after the obstacle or the problem. You change. You change towards better. You want to do things towards better. You look forward to that. Do not get bogged down by these energies, because there are people who will be actually pulling you down. So that is why I always say that whenever Venus Rahu combination happens, the glam industry, the music industry, there are certain demise, and there can be some untimely death also. So you have to be extra cautious and alert of the people you are mixing with. You should forewarn them. Okay. And they should be on high alert during this time, especially the glam world, the music world, the fashion industry, and the cosmetic industry, where the cosmetics are also denoted by Venus. So something to do with cosmetic plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery you go in for, and then you have some complication here. So you have to be extra careful during this transit of Venus and Rahu till the time 18th of June. Venus is in your 8th house. Also, Venus is hemmed between two malefics, Mars and Rahu, and Jupiter is hemmed between two malefics, Mars and Saturn. So Mars is actually the culprit, I would say, because it's causing all kinds of miseries and troubles. Take care of your health also. There can be some romantic interest which can lure you, and it's a trap. So be careful about that. Do not get involved in any kind of practices which are secretly done. Anything to do with astrology, there is a different stream people are following also. So be careful about that. Do not get on that tantric zone. Okay. Also, the intensity, of your work, of your thought process, of overall, you will feel that you are going through a lot of intense moments. Suddenly you are something, and the other minute you become something else. So that's because of the bouts that you're getting, the emotional bouts. So you can actually soak your feet in the salt water before going to bed. Clean your feet, then throw that water, flush it in the toilet, and wipe them, wash them well, before getting up. You have soaked your feet and then you suddenly get up. No, wash them or just clean them well, wipe them well, then get up. Okay. If you have a bathtub, just soak your feet, put a little salt, any kind of salt, before sleeping for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable with. And after that, no mobile phone, no nothing. No, you have to switch off, because you have drained out all the negative energies from you, and mobile phones and everything else, is also going to be giving you that negative energy back. So you have to leave it, because, you read so many things. There are negative messages also, there are positive messages also, but the negative messages actually register faster. That's a scientifically proven fact. So be careful, be watchful, that when you do the remedies, after that you are away from the these gadgets and all for some time. If you're chanting the mantras also, it said that you have to sit in silence for some time, so that you absorb the energies, the aura around you. So when you have soaked your feet in the salt water, so definitely it is going to drain out all the negative energies from you, and you will have a good, peaceful, good night's sleep. And it said that salt comes from the ocean, and it should go to the ocean. So ultimately it is going to the ocean only, right? And ocean has that power to take away all and absorb all the negative energies from our body. Okay, so do this remedy. I'm sure you will feel the difference and you will feel better also. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Sorry. So for Libra natives, this transit is happening over your 7th house. And Venus is hemmed between Rahu and Mars, and Jupiter, the most benefic planet, is also now hemmed between Mars and Saturn. Mars is actually the one who is causing all the trouble right now. So you see, you might be feeling quite uneasy right now. There is a lot of workload, or there is a lot of, uh, you know, lot many things that you have to deal with right now in your relationship, in your at your place of work, and also there are certain reconciliation that you're thinking of how you can, improve things. You have multiple thoughts and it is just taking a toll on you. You're not able to actually think in a proper manner right now. You're losing out on that clarity. Suddenly you feel that people are not understanding you, or they're just piling up their work on you as well. So you're feeling quite negative because of that. You feel discharged because of that. And also, in your compromises, negotiations, too much of workload, you are losing out on what exactly is your personality. It's just getting stuck. It's getting that blockage is there now. So for that, the best thing is that you should actually be reciting chants, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Chant that all the time. You know what? With this chant, the power of this chant is this, that you will be actually chanting the whole day long in your mind. It will actually cleanse you, because you are just actually, this is a shield for you. This is a wheel for you, so that the negative energies, because it is in the seventh house is the external forces, the outside world. And with this Rahu energy, with Venus, there will be external forces who will be actually taking away all your positive aura and energy away from you. And you cannot let them take it over from you, right? So you have to build that aura. And for that, you have to depend on meditation, depend on that clarity that you're looking for, rather than depending on the outsiders to give you that clarity, or they give you, they are being judgmental, in fact. So do not get carried away during this time, because your seventh house is getting afflicted. So is your sixth house, because sixth house has Jupiter, your sixth lord, and that to him between two malefics, that is Papakartari yoga, which is forming for Venus and Jupiter, the most benefic planets. So be extra careful. Do not get carried away in what the others are saying, what the others are trying to influence you with. Do not buy that at all. In case you have any kind of sexual urge and you meet somebody, you come across somebody and you are in that relationship, be cautious. There is a trap, there can be a scam, there can be somebody who is just trying to lure you, and then there is a problem which you can anticipate. So be prepared, or be on alert. Do not get carried away. You becoming weak can lead to losses to yourself. Business partnership, you have to be extra careful. The partner might be sharing with you all good things, and there is something else which is happening. There are facts being concealed. So you have to be more cautious, be on alert, and you should actually be chanting Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya chant every minute. Okay, so don't leave it. Like, let the rhythm go. Even if you're talking, it will just be actually, the chants are going on in your head. Okay, and that will be really helpful. So do this remedy, and do give me the feedback how you felt after doing this remedy. Okay, this is a very powerful remedy that I've given you today on this platform. Okay, now coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. All right, for Scorpio natives, this transit of Venus is happening over your sixth house. Now, sixth house is, you see, the house where you actually related with your profession, your career, your service. This is the house of servitude, basically. So at the place of work, how you are actually dealing with a situation, this house will tell you. Now there is Rahu energy here. So you might take to malpractices or to the, to the wrong practices. So you have to have a right intention in doing that. That's a remedy for you. Because you see, Venus is in hemmed between malefics. So is the biggest benefic we call Jupiter, so that is also hemmed between two malefics. If you can see here, Saturn is on one side and Jupiter on the other. So this is going to be giving you some kind of complications, especially at the place of work and in your relationship, in your love life also. So be careful about all these things, because Venus, being the planet of love, luxury, romance, financials, is afflicted. So this is going to give you any, health issues maybe, or there can be that you have to work harder to improve the working conditions. Plan everything meticulously, because this is the high house of order also, house of planning meticulously. You have to take into account each and everything. If you have to plan any kind of strategy, you should be actually doing that with this. You have to put extra effort to do that. Okay. But definitely your co-workers are going to be giving you some trouble here. So be careful. You have to understand that this is a negative energy, which is actually forming with this Rahu and Venus. See, materially, you might grow. Undoubtedly, it might give you material growth. But as a person, how you're growing as a person, I want to give you that aspect also. So to clear that aspect, that problem that you're in right now, you should chant Hanuman Chalisa. If you will chant Hanuman Chalisa every day, once at least, definitely it is going to give you that kind of clarity in your work, clarity as to who's who, because you are going to be backstabbed otherwise. So this is like a wheel, a shield, a protection that I'm asking you to make yourself. So that is only when Hanuman, Lord Hanuman, is by your side. So you have to remind him, recite the Hanuman Chalisa and remind him that you are so powerful. Give me that strength as well to distinguish between the right and the wrong, and who's right, who's not. So this is the time when you can go in for a salary hike, or you want to ask for any kind of role that you have been, significant role that you have been looking for. That it is very good. Undoubtedly, you might just lack motivation, or you might get lazy also. So for that reason, I'm asking you to do this, because he could lift a mountain, right? Hanuman could lift a mountain. So Lord Hanuman is actually the energy, the source of power. He gives us that energy ourselves. So we should depend on these remedies. They definitely help. Okay. So coming to the next sign, that is, what happened to the mouse? Anyhow, let me change this to Sagittarius. 1 second. Sagittarius. These are live sessions, so pardon me if there is a delay. So for Sagittarius natives, this transit is happening in your 5th house. And Venus is hemmed between Mars and Rahu, and Jupiter is hemmed between Saturn and Mars. This is called the Papakartari. Papakartari is considered to be not a good time, because a planet feels claustrophobic, planet feels restricted, because it is the Papa Graha, it's the malefic planet, which is actually on the either sides. So the most benefic planets are actually hemmed between the most malefic planets. So Saturn is also looking at Venus. So Venus is more afflicted, I would say. So any kind of relationship issues, any kind of financial issues if you're facing, or any kind of relationship, communication in relationship, if you're facing all those troubles, it's because Venus is the planet of relationship and financials also. So this is hemmed between malefic. So this is going to be giving a lot of problems as well. So somebody just mentioned that a renowned singer just passed away, which is something which I am making this video. I don't know. So this has happened. I'm so sorry to hear that loss, about this loss. But you must understand that this Saturn, this Venus is definitely hemmed between big time malefics. And Venus is also, as I said, the music industry, the glam industry, and the singer has passed away. And I think he was not very old also. He was a young singer, if I'm not mistaken, if he's the same guy. So KK, I think he must be in 50s. We have, heard his songs. I'm so sad to hear this suddenly. Okay. So Venus is actually, in the 5th house. So there can be problems to the children or problems through the children. Your creative energies are going to be on rise. You will be, suppose you're a painter, you're a singer, you will be doing something very, very unconventional, very different than the league. You're actually, Rahu is a very different kind of a energy. It is something which is not visible. It's a smoke. So it will give you, it will take you to those realms where, the normal people cannot go, or the normal people cannot reach. So this will give you some kind of, you will be feeling those kinds of energies even more. You will be actually, I'm little disturbed hearing the news, but anyways, I will complete the video. So this is also, it will give you sexual urges in your relationship. It can also give you, inclination towards showbiz, art, music, drama, dance, all that, or financial speculation, as a matter of fact. So be careful about that as well, because Venus is also not, is a planet of financials, and it's not going to give you that financials, that growth. If it gives you, it is going to be temporary. Remember that. So wait till 18th of June if you want any kind of positive rise in your financials as well. So this is the time not to take any kind of, make any kind of major decisions related to these areas. Okay. In your relationship, there can be that some ex-partner comes into your life and drains you emotionally also. So you have to be extra careful about all these energies. And there can be that you get emotionally attached to somebody, and then you don't get that kind of reciprocation also. That can be also the case. Okay. So be a little extra cautious about these energies. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. So for Capricorn natives, this transit of Venus is happening over your 4th house. See, 4th house is now afflicted because of Rahu energy as it is. So change of place is definitely on cards. In case you're thinking of changing any kind of job, be extra careful. Don't make any hasty decisions. It can backfire. So be careful about that. You might be having some disturbance in the harmony with the family. You might be buying a vehicle. If you're planning to buy a vehicle, this will give you some discrepancy here and there. Maybe, the vehicle is getting delayed. You're not getting it. You've booked and you're not getting it. Or maybe, you had booked it and it was supposed to be delivered. It's not delivered. Or there are certain complications that come up in the paperwork. So be extra careful, or be prepared for all these kind of delays and frustrations, because Venus is aspected by Saturn also. And majorly Venus is afflicted because of being in the Papakartari by Mars and Rahu, and Jupiter, being the most benefic planet, is also hemmed between two malefics, that is Saturn and Mars. So if you are careful, definitely you will be meeting up with your expectations. And if you're not buying this, then definitely you are going to be facing these kind of issues. So that's why I'm preparing you that predictions do good things also happen, and predictions that I give, even the negative events do happen, even if I don't speak about it. Okay. So because of that, I'm just saying that when I'm making this video, I'm hearing that KK has passed away. So this is something which had to happen. It's not because I'm making this video, it happened. There was already a demise, a violent death of a singer, so already things have started to happen when these kind of energies, since 30th especially, 29th, when there was a new moon, and then there was a this Papakartari which got active. So we have to be careful in our relationship, take care of your family life. Do not at any cost make any kind of decisions related to real estate. It can be excessively, maybe you can pay extra excessively, and then it can cause trouble. So for that reason, you should strengthen your moon right now. How you can strengthen your moon? You can actually donate something in whites, rice, sugar, milk, or you can also do for some young girls. You can donate to the young girls something if they want. So definitely, you can educate them also. If you can, then it will be good for you. Okay. So do these remedies. Definitely they are going to be minimizing the impact, the negative impact for you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is, oops, where did it go? One second. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. Let me just write it up. So for Aquarius natives, as you can see, Saturn is over your first house. It's going to be turning retrograde also soon. And Venus is hemmed between two malefics, that is Mars and Rahu, in the third house. And Saturn is aspecting this Venus. And Jupiter is hemmed between Mars and Saturn now. So in my Jupiter's video, I had mentioned clearly, during this time, you have to be extra careful when Jupiter is afflicted. Jupiter is a great benefic. Venus is a great benefic. So when these two planets are not in a good condition, so you can expect some kind of problems related to your travels, related to your harmonious atmosphere at the place of work, at home, in your with your siblings, with your neighbors. You can have trouble. Suddenly your neighbors will start throwing garbage outside your place, or there can be some sounds which are coming. They're playing loud music, because this is also the house of music. So this can be that your neighbors are becoming a nuisance. So you will be feeling these kind of issues during this time. Be careful about that. Do not get carried away in violence. It can lead to violence if at all there is a possibility of being patient and calm. Please follow that path, because unnecessarily, you never know, that person is also having these planets running in his horoscope or her horoscope. So that might just aggravate things in his or her chart, and then it can relate to your horoscope. So it might just be a clash, and it can lead to negative events. One event leads to another. So the best is silence. Just accept it. If they are the troublemakers, everybody else will take care of it. Everybody else means the cops will take care of it. You do not get involved or entangle yourself in these kind of events where it can lead to a lot of aggression in you. So stay calm. You should actually be doing the Venus remedy, do the Lakshmi chant, do Shreem. Keep saying Shreem, 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 Shreem. This is actually, going to give you that aura and that calmness, and it also attracts wealth. So everybody should be doing this remedy though. But also while traveling, you maybe, your itinerary, you should check it double check it. And then, if you are having any kind of relation with the foreign collaborations, if you're getting into, you should be actually make the papers correct, make them organized well. They should be organized very well. And also, if you're applying for visa, your PR, GC, anything, you have to be extra alert on those aspects, that everything is perfect, filled well, there is not a miss, because a small mistake can lead to complications and problems. So just make it your habit during this time to double check things, papers especially. And you should not communicate with people who are instigating you, they're poking you, because this is the house of communication. You can lose your temper, you can lose your cool, and then that can lead to negative events. So make sure that you stay calm during this time even more. And also this can lead to some relationship. It can you can get involved in new relationship also. There can be exchange of ideas also, that you will be coming across people who are going to be expressing their ideas, and they'll be actually be party to your they can help you enhance your ideas even more, or maybe there will be a sync with them. Okay, that synchronization part will be active. Coming to the next sign, that is the last one. Yes, we have reached the last one, because KK has passed away, and then the whole mind is. So coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. So for Pisces natives, you can see Venus in your second house. Now, there is something which is very important, which is happening for you, because your Lagnesh, that is Jupiter, is hemmed between two malefics, that is Mars and Saturn. And these two most benefic planets are hemmed between malefics, Rahu and Mars on the either sides for Venus. And Saturn is also looking at your second house, Venus. So when it is the second house which is getting triggered up, you have to take care of your speech. You can get carried away and make major investments and expenditures. You might purchase things which give you comfort, but ultimately you will not find that kind of comfort after purchasing that thing. So be extra careful when you're going in for major investments, heavy purchases, and it can also give you lack of harmony in your relationships also. Your spouse's health can be an area where attention is required. Be a little extra careful about that as well. You will be getting connected with people who are bringing about negative energies in your life. You are a very pious person yourself, but you are getting lured by the external forces. So be extra cautious whenever somebody is trying to put you in that spot. Okay, let's do this. Oh, this is going to give you elevation. This is going to give me, you can make more money right now. Rahu energy, actually Rahu in the second house makes you a liar also. It said that, you start concealing the facts. It's not that the lies are, harmful lies, but at the same time, you should not get into that habit of lying. You should not become a compulsive liar. So wait till 18th of June. And for you, Hanuman Chalisa is a very good chant. Shreem, 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 Shreem. So you should chant this all the time. Or you can also chant Om Namah Shivaya. That you can chant non-stop. So this is also a very, very positive remedy for you. Any kind of business partnership, any kind of financial opportunity, if you're getting expenditures you have to make or invest somewhere. So this is not the time to do so, because it is going to be will be taking you away from the actual path or from the right path. So do not get carried away. This is not the time to make any kind of decisions related to your family life, related to your financials. So just refrain yourself from that part. You might also be getting involved in any kind of travels, and they can be losses while traveling also. So make sure that you are taking good care of that as well. Foreign collaborations definitely are on cards in case you're planning to move out also from your country. This is the time you can do so. So I've given you the remedies, do the remedies, and definitely it will be positive for you. And you will be getting after the 18th of this month, definitely of June, you will start feeling the positive energies as well. So don't worry about these, whatever is happening right now. Things are going to get better, of course, soon. We should pray and be in silence for the departed souls. Let's pray for their onward journey. So thank you so much for watching me live, and to the ones who are watching me after this video gets uploaded. Thank you so much. I'll do the timestamps soon. Stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.